I'm Mary Tabbitt, producer of Growing Green. We're here today at the Alstead Farms in Chester, New Jersey, and I've got Dan Mape here. Dan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so this is your event here. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, it's our event, but thank you for mentioning AGSA in that vein. We're here with the NALP, National Association of Landscape Professionals, the NJNLA, the NJCLA, and the NJJIC. These are all industry organizations. We're here for a day of learning and education of how to responsibly, safely, and prudently transition to lower impact business operations for the landscape maintenance industry.
Wow. I'm glad you said that.
I know, I got that out in one breath, right?
So you had a great turnout today. It was a beautiful day. I mean, the skies are just gorgeous. And where are you from?
I am headquartered in Southern California, flew over here on Sunday.
Wow.
But AGSA is a national company. I will be in New York, then we fly down to Florida, then to Chicago, then back to California. Wow. So we are national, and we're doing projects in all regions of the country.
Definitely opened my eyes today with what can be done with electric as well and battery.
Absolutely. Thank you for mentioning that, because all of the equipment here happens to be AGSA AFTC. It stands for AGSA Field Tested Certified. These manufacturers have allowed us to independently torture test their tool platforms to make sure they're workload viable for the professional user every day, and that they're going to last long enough for these professionals who have to spend upwards of 40, sometimes 50% more for these commercial electric tools, to ensure that they're going to get to their return on investment, and they're going to be able to make money and still make a living with these tools as they would have with the gas.
Great. I noticed before you were doing the lawnmower. That was amazing.
Yeah, that is our large mower training section over there. Yeah. A lot of people don't really realize how industrial, professional, and powerful these large electric mowers are. Those were Mean Green mowers. Been using and testing them for 10 years. And basically, people need to get on these mowers. We put them through an obstacle course, and they have to show competency. So we know that they're going to be safe to themselves, their workers, and the public when transitioning from the gas over to, again, this electric technology.
Now, they had gotten certified today, or?
Yes, all of the attendees today, they took our online certification course. It's in English and Spanish. They attended the live classroom session, which we had 2 other speakers speaking about organic approaches to land care as well. And then we had them go to these 3 different stations, over to Husqvarna, over to Steel, and then over to Mean Green for the field training. And they will all have an AGSA Service Pro certification at the end of today.
So much for your time. It was a great time.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Be well.
Hey, Mary Tabbitt, I've got the past president of the
New Jersey Green Industry Council.
Okay. Keith.
Yes.
What is your last name, Keith?
Bennett.
Bennett. Oh, that was an easy one.
Yeah.
So, are you still involved?
Yes. So, Green Industry Council, we're a small board, always looking for more help if anybody wants to sign up and join us. But with that, we are very good recyclers. So most of our board has been through the chairs and has taken their turn and their shot as president, and then you kind of go back into the mix, and then you get pulled back up in a few years. So that was my first go at it. But no, we have a very great, active, experienced board. So we're very lucky to have everybody that we have on there.
When you are president, how long is that term?
So that was a 2-year term.
Okay.
So, and dealing with the issues in Trenton, that's 2 years is usually enough then.
It takes about 2 years to get it done.
Yes,
right?
and then it's ready for, give somebody else a turn. And like I said, you can step back and, regroup for a little bit and then get another shot at it in a few years.
So how do you find out about what people need to find out from the government? Is there something that You come to these events to find out, or do you?
We come to the events, but we work with a lot of allied associations. There's about 30 associations in New Jersey that we're kind of the legislative hub.
Okay.
So it's more talking with each one of those groups and finding out, what the issues are that affect them, what they're concerned about, and then we work with a lobbyist group out of Trenton that really has their pulse on a lot of the bills and knows the key players. So then we're able to see what legislation's coming, and then then we kind of just work to educate legislators, educate our membership to what the laws are, how the laws will affect our industry. And then, as anything else, try and find some middle ground that works for everybody.
Well, that's definitely needed. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't know where to start, so that's great.
No,
Great.
no, thank you.
Where could people find out a little bit more information if they wanted to, send out a request or something?
So usually, if you're a part of an association, you can go to your association executive director or association leadership, and they'll know how to get in touch with us. Otherwise, we do have our website, njgic.org. So that's just New Jersey Green Industry Council. And it has our contact information there, and it's try and keep it up to date, but usually we have the list of kind of the top things that we're watching, and our top concerns, and kind of our position on different bills that are moving through Trenton. So
Perfect. Anything else that you want to share?
no, just like I said, we're always looking for help. So anybody, if you're able to come to some of our meetings, join some committees, even get on our board. Financial support's always great too to help. We do have to pay to go to some of these different meetings to meet with legislators, different fundraising events. So any way you're able to help out, it does directly go back and affect the industry that we're all in. So we'll take what people can give.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Mary, I've got Frank Fernicola. And Frank Fernicola, what do you do?
Hi, Mary. Right now, my role with NJNLA is I'm president of the association. So I work with Lori and the board of directors to help coordinate education and awareness through our industry and through the public for the jobs and work that landscapers, growers, farmers, and retailers do for the green industry.
I know you have your hand in the earth, the planting as well, right? Before you became the president, are you doing anything with that now?
Yeah, that's correct. For years, I came from a retail garden center family. So for years, we had a business called Fairfield Garden Center for 52 years. It was my father, my cousin, and myself. And recently, I've transitioned into the supply side of the industry, so I'm still very involved in horticulture. Just on the other side of the table now, I'm working with growers from all over the country and presenting their products to landscapers and garden centers in New Jersey.
Perfect marriage, right?
It's great.
Really.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been president?
I've been president for 3 years, and I'm going into my 4th year, and then after that, I'll transition out.
And we'll find something else for you to do, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure I'll still be involved with NJNLA.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for
You're
coming
welcome.
on.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Mary here. We're back with Marnie Stauffer. Marnie,
Hi.
how are you?
Great. Thank you. Good to be here.
Good to be with you. Tell us your title and what you do.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Marnie Stauffer. I am the president of the New Jersey Green Industry Council. And what we do at New Jersey Green Industry Council is we represent, support, and promote and actually defend the New Jersey Green Industry Council. And how that's kind of done is we work with our lobbyists in Trenton to make sure that we're working closely with legislators to educate them on issues that come down that impact and affect the green industry and all we do in the state of New Jersey. So we try to be a resource, try to be a go-to focal point for legislators when they do have bills or different pieces of legislation that come down that impact us, so that way we can promote sound science and really represent the needs and the interest of the green industry and the task force within New Jersey.
That's great. So when people are looking for help where would they go?
So basically, you would go out and visit the website njgic.org is one way to get in touch with us. Visit our website. You can find more about us, what we do. And then also, we actually represent and kind of work with an alliance, kind of an umbrella organization for about 30 other organizations within the state of New Jersey. So we don't do it alone. We definitely do it in partnership with many other green industry organizations in the state.
Are there any other people that work along with you?
Yeah, so we work closely with the New Jersey Nursery and Landscape Association. We work with sport turf managers. We work with the arborist groups. We work closely with a variety of organizations within the state.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much. Anything else you want to share?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to make sure if you are interested again, please visit us at New Jersey Green Industry Council, and that's njgic.org if you want to learn more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
I'm back, and I've got Tom. Tom, your last name?
My name is Tom Knezik
Okay. And where are you from, Tom?
from Pinelands Nursery in Columbus, New Jersey.
Okay. And as we were speaking before, I wondered if it was like in the Pinelands. I mean, the Pine. What is it called?
Yeah, you have the Pine Barrens
That's what I
in
meant.
southern New Jersey, and we're just outside the Pine Barrens, but not too far away. And the name came because my parents started the nursery, and my dad was living in the Pine Barrens at the time.
Gotcha.
So that's how
All
it came
right.
up with Pinelands Nursery.
Oh, see that? I guessed it.
Yeah.
So tell me, how long has the nursery been in business?
They started the nursery in 1983, so we're coming up on our 40th anniversary next year. So, yeah.
Tell us what you have there.
Yeah, so really we were one of the first growers of exclusively native plants on the East Coast. And the reasoning was there was a lot of legislation coming about where basically the Clean Water Act, you had the Pinelands Preservation Act, where people, if they disturbed wetlands or they disturbed streams and rivers, they destroyed areas of the Pine Barrens, they had to use native plants to recreate those spaces. So my parents started the nursery with that focus, and we're growing native plants grown really from wild collected seeds. So we partner with a lot of different parks and wild areas and nonprofits to collect seed and then return those plants back to make places wild and natural again.
Right. How? What's the size of your place?
So we have a couple different sectors. Our main nursery is about 30 acres in size. Most of that is outdoor production, but we do have some hoop houses for greenhouses as well. And then about 6 years ago, we started another kind of arm of our business where we produce wildflower native grass seed as well. So that is, land-wise, is a lot bigger. That's about 60 to 70 acres in production now, where we actually have all these native grasses and wildflowers lined out in production fields like you'd see corn and soybeans, but they're wildflowers. And that's kind of what's behind us here is one of those fields.
Right. Anything you want to share? Where can people find out about a little bit more about
Yeah,
it?
so our website is just pinelandsnursery.com. We have a lot of information on there, and then we also have a podcast called Native Plants, Healthy Planet that talks with a lot of industry experts, people who are experts on insects or birds or even plants, about how native plants are impacting and making a healthier planet when you use them in anything from a restoration project to a home landscape.
Are you the person on the podcast?
I'm a co-host. It's myself, and then my co-host is our sales manager, Fran Chismar.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm going to check it out.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, Mary, we're back, and I've got.
Brian Weber with Steel.
Okay. So, Brian, how long has Steel been in business?
Steel's been in business since the 1927.
Wow.
Yeah, quite a long time. First chainsaw was invented then.
Oh, wow. So a lot of things have changed in the years, I'm sure. You've seen a lot of things. Not that you've been around that long, but you've heard of them.
Yes, a lot has changed over the years, especially focusing on battery units now, and just expanding the line.
Seems like that's the way the environment is going, battery. Do you have equipment here for commercial or for residential?
All the equipment here is more so commercial, from our commercial AP line. We do have consumer line as well, AK and AI as well.
Okay.
So we have something for everybody.
Now, where would people find this? Can they go to like a Lowe's or a Home, whatever?
So they could go to steeldealers.net, type in their zip code, and they will get their own independent dealer in their area.
Great. So they don't have to go to a store for it. They're working with the person, not the middleman.
Yep, they're going right to the dealer. No big box store like Lowe's or Home Depot.
Great.
In case something happens at their sale, you go back to your dealer, they take care of you.
Great. Okay. So do you use any of this equipment yourself?
Yes, I do.
You do.
Yeah, all the time.
What's your favorite?
My favorite, believe it or not, because I don't like pumping the backpack sprayer,
Yeah.
is this battery sprayer. Just pop a battery in. It's variable, so you can add pressure or decrease pressure as well.
That looks cool. I wasn't sure what that was.
Yeah.
So. Is it light or is it pretty heavy?
Filled up, it's pretty heavy with 5 gallons, but it's not too bad.
It's a good day at the gym.
Yes.
Anything else you want to share? Again, where people can find you online or your social media.
Well, we also have steelusa.com. That's our pride and joy right there. You can go on there, find all the specs. We have sections for battery, robotic lawnmowers, chainsaws, trimmers, whatever you need.
Yeah, I saw the catalog there. It was pretty,
Yes.
a lot of uses.
A lot of information in it. Well,
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
thank you.
Hi, I'm Mary Tabbitt, and I have.
Jackie Tobia from Husqvarna.
Okay. So tell us about the reasons why people should maybe go into the battery operated.
Yeah, right now the industry's having a big switch. First and foremost, a lot of towns are kind of putting out some sound ordinances that are kind of prohibiting the noise and the use of certain gas equipment. So you're seeing a lot of switch in the commercial industries to be using battery leaf blowers, for example. And that's kind of been the first reason for the switch. But obviously with emissions using battery, you have less emissions into the air. And then from a cost perspective, a battery, you kind of put all your cost up front buying the battery, and then over the lifetime you're saving on the gas because you're basically buying 5 years worth of a tank of gas with this one battery.
Nice.
So a mix of all of that is what's really causing the change.
And who do you deal with? Who usually uses these products?
Yeah, like I said, right now we're getting a big switch from the commercial market. I actually have one of my commercial users here today, Steve Weiss,
Great.
Landscaping.
Okay.
So
You think we can get him on?
I think we might be able to get him on to kind of just chime in about what makes using battery for his business help. Steve, if you want to just chime in real quick.
Hey,
Hello.
Steve, how are you?
How are you? Good.
Good. So tell us, you use these.
So I do, as a landscaper, getting used to the transitioning of the towns and certain noise ordinances. We've been having a lot of success with the Husqvarna product, backpacks, chainsaws, weed whackers, the whole line. And what I like about it is that all the batteries are interchangeable.
Yeah.
So you're not, you're not stopping, going back to the trailer, filling up with gas. It's just you can bring everything out to the site with you or to the property and just interchange everything. And it's real simple and user friendly.
That's actually perfect with the battery that you can just change over. Because
Okay.
usually, a company might have a different thing for each one.
Well, that and I mean with the price of gas, always fluctuating, you know what your costs are always going to be with these machines. And the return on investment, down the road is big comparatively to these gas machines, which last, maybe a couple of years. And I've been using these machines for the last 3 or 4 years, the same machine, and they work and they're great and they're cost effective and they do their job. So
Great.
it's a good thing.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you.
A short training on how to use the equipment, how to take care of the equipment, and just a little overview of it all.
Great. Have you tried it yet?
I have tried the electric leaf blower and the trimmers. I have not tried this one.
I think you should, though.
It does look fun. I think I would knock off
all the
the cones. Yeah. Yes.
Well, I mean, this is something that the world needs, right?
Correct.
We need to be clean and green, and This is really exciting.
Yes, and the association, NAOP, we're working to allocate the appropriate amount of funds to help small businesses be able to afford this equipment because it's also very expensive. So we're looking for incentives or tax credit or any way that we can lower the price for small businesses as well.
Beautiful. So is there a place that people can find out a little bit more about you?
Yeah, so just National Association of Landscape Professionals. Google that and you'll find anyone you need to talk to. We have an event coming up, and a lot of our members are flying out to Orlando, Florida, where we'll focus on a lot of different educational sessions. 2 of them will be something similar to this.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Driver, grab the driver.
The driver. Come here.
Post race.
Okay, so we got to find out about how you did.
Oh.
Was it okay? Ready? Let's see. Steve again. Okay. So Steve,
Yes.
how was the practice run?
The machine was great, handled just like its counterpart in gas, plenty of power, except super quiet, which was nice. So when you're coming out in the early morning or a little late in the afternoon, it's like you're not even there.
Anybody up.
Not waking anybody up, and it's super efficient. Did its job. I mean, look, we're right next to it, still talking, not yelling.
That's it.
Great machine.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, our company's been using Mean Green for a couple of years, and he's doing a great job here. So, yeah,
And it's relatively quiet.
yeah, I mean, we can have a conversation over it,
Absolutely.
so it's not too bad. No pressure on my teammate though.
So tell me a little bit about the covering. Is that to keep the sun off, or what is that for?
That's for safety. For rolling, there is an option to put a solar cover on it.
Oh wow.
Yep. That you get the extended battery time on it that way, so you don't have to charge it as much.
Beautiful. How long does it take to, get the energy on this?
It depends how much batteries you've actually used up. We can come back to our shop with sometimes 40-60% battery life still left. It depends upon how much you use it, and then it takes overnight to charge it.
Okay. Great. How many people are using this right now?
In New Jersey, only a handful of us, I think, in New Jersey.
So
Yeah.
it's fairly new.
It's in its infancy here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Is it something that, of course, a resident wouldn't buy this? It would be more of a landscaper, correct?
These are commercial products, yeah. I mean, there's big box stores that have obviously the cheaper versions of this. Yeah, but these are commercial for commercial landscapers.
At a recent gathering of green industry professionals, we asked these pros to give you some tips and tricks. Here's a few of them.
Mary here. I've got Neil Hendrickson here, and Neil, I need to find out a good tip for finding the right arborist.
Well, that's actually pretty easy. There are a lot of arborists in the phone, or it used to be the phone book, but on the internet. But the truth is, finding a good one who really knows what they're talking about is not as easy. The New Jersey International Society of Arboriculture has put in a credential along with a board of licensed tree experts to raise the bar, as it were, so that there are credentials you must have to be an arborist in New Jersey. And the credential, the basic credential, should be certified arborist, and the New Jersey ISA equivalent is licensed tree care operator. And that is the basics. That allows you to cut down a tree. It allows you to prune a tree. But if you have questions about the health of your tree and you want to preserve it, which is after all what I spent a career trying to do, you want at least a licensed tree expert in New Jersey, an LTE. The exam is fairly difficult. There is a field exam and a written exam, and it expects a great deal. But what that should produce is the people that take out these exams are not just the ones that study, but the ones that have the passion to know the right answer, not just to drum up business, but to know about the preservation of trees and their care. So, like in any field, whether it's a physician or a veterinarian or anyone that a person would work with, hiring an arborist requires someone who you just get a sense knows what they're talking about. So don't look for price, look for value, look for someone who really cares, and you can check, but you'll probably never know until you speak with someone and get to know them. So is it an easy process? Not necessarily. It depends what your trees are worth to you. If you value them, get an LTE. If you just want a tree removed, anybody can do it because the tree is gone, the money's gone, and probably the company is gone. So if you care, get someone with credentials like a licensed tree expert.
Thank you. Thank you. Mary here, got Lauren Erickson, and she is the perfect person to give a fall gardening tip. Lauren?
Thank you, Mary. I'm Lauren Erickson, the director of Rutgers Gardens, and one of my favorite fall gardening tips is to think about who we can feed over the winter with our gardens. This time of year, as we're approaching the fall, some of our perennial flowers will be setting seed, and one of the best things we can do for the native bird populations is to leave those seeds standing on the plants. So things like echinacea, rudbeckia, agastache, we can leave standing as those seeds dry, and birds like goldfinches and cardinals and blue jays will enjoy those seeds all fall and winter long.
Great, thank you.
Absolutely.
We're saying goodbye here from Alstead Farms in Chester, New Jersey. We hope you enjoy the show and keep growing green.
Yeah, we just really want to thank Richard McCoy of McCoy Horticultural. He is an AGSA rep for the Northeast, and he presented today, and he gave us a snapshot on what it could look like and what the business model is for natives, for organics, for electric operations. We just really want to thank Rick for helping to organize the entire event, and we really are excited to continue this journey with Rick here in New Jersey and the Northeast.
Okay, so Rick, where could people find out about this?
Agza.net, agza.net.
Okay, thank you so much.
Ask Rick if he rides.
Is this your ride here? Did you take
I
this
did
in?
once,
Yeah.
and it didn't end well.
It didn't work well.
I prefer lawnmowers.
Bye.